Hi there, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the marketplace with Uchonoche. Today is a good day to be alive. Also, a good day to come to you live today. Talking about seasons, and I've been having fun concerning this talk on seasons. A lot of people have been calling me and sending me SMS about seasons. A lady said to me, seasons, the seasons can be very tough and hard, um, and now they understand they are in different seasons in life, and so how can they cope? Some certain seasons are more difficult than the other. And I keep telling people it will be a travesty and a tragedy that somebody will go through his life, all his life, just being in one season. I shared the places I've been able to speak about seasons. I've been able to share the different types of season, like in the tropics where we are. We just have basically two seasons: the wet season and the dry season, and we all know what it entails to be in each of those seasons. But in the temperate regions, it's better to explain seasons with the temperate regions where you have the winter, you have the spring, you have the summer, and you have the autumn, and you have those four seasons. And those four seasons comes with they come with different impact. They come with different lessons. They come with different intensity of pain, joy, or whatever it is that your season is. Today I'm going to talk about embracing the seasons of your life. But this is just like part one of the topic on navigating seasons. I have an audio out. I also have a video, but I think I have an audio out. Please follow me on all. You can see it on any of my social media handles. You see a link. Just follow that link. It will just take you straight to a presentation. I think it's an hour 15 minutes that I talked about the seasons in life, and it was well. I didn't spare anything. I took my time to talk about seasons. So this is just it's just like to point you, help you understand some of the things concerning season. But I need you to go and buy um, buy that audio. I don't think it costs much. Don't know the exact figure, but I don't think it costs much, and you can play it over and over again. Faith coming by hearing the word of God. Faith, courage, boldness comes by hearing the words of encouragement. And so I bring the words of encouragement to you depending on each season that you are in. And if you're in the season of abundance and the season of summer, then I pray I also bring you a word of caution and a word of advice that can help you go through summer. Because some people, the thing is, some people start their lives in summer, abundance, come from a good family, a rich family, went to school, finished early, 20 years they finished school, come from a good home. Then all of a sudden they hit winter and things dry up. The family lose just one mistake, the family loses the investment. You are out there in the street, you don't know how to survive. So from summer you get to winter, and how do you cope in life? So there are a lot of things that happen to people that we need clarity, and I brought that clarity in that my audio. It is called navigating the seasons of life. You're going to see the link. For those of you watching me, you see this link below. When you see that link, after this they will keep putting it on. They'll keep sending the link. Just follow the link and just buy that audio. It is awesome. You're going to thank me later for it. It's called the Navigating the Seasons of Life. But this morning I just want to deal with embracing the seasons. Life is tough on its own. Life is tough, and if you don't understand that life is in phases and life is in seasons, it's going to look as if that this is that yours is a different case. There was a time in my life I thought that maybe I was jinxed, and I thought that maybe concerning things that were happening to me in line with what was happening to my siblings. My siblings seemed to be having, they seemed to be having it all, and I wasn't having it all, and I felt I was jinxed. If we come from the same family, we have similar experiences and all, I was expecting that I also should have that have the type of experience they had, all of us having been in the season of summer. But I had a different story. And my story was it was kind of pathetic, in line with what was happening to me and my other siblings, which I felt that things were going good for them. So, but I was just in my own season. Today I understand why I went through the good, the bad, and the ugly. I went through some of the stuff I went through is because of what I'm going to do now. I didn't see that some point I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to be a life coach, a business and a leadership coach, because at some point I failed in life. There was a time I wanted to drink myself to death, and people don't believe that there was a time like that. When I tell them, because I was going through life and life was happening to me. I've tried businesses, I've failed a lot in business, and also in leadership I've also failed. And so I don't qualify. You see me in that season, you don't see that it's not as if I'm going to ever come out of it. It was like I was never going to come out of it, and that I will never amount to anything, but that is what they said about Nazareth. What good can come out of Nazareth, really? But our Lord Jesus Christ came out of it. My life was ugly at some point, and I was wondering why, But today I laugh, because if I did not go through those different phases in my life, I wouldn't be able to be a counselor. I wouldn't be able to be a coach today. I won't be able to be a coach and a mentor. The bulk of what I do today is coaching, mentoring, counseling, and teaching and speaking. And if you haven't been, how can you take someone to where you haven't been? How can you raise someone to where you are if you don't understand where they've been? So now I understand that God permitted it in my life to go through those seasons, those very tough seasons in my life. Was rejected. A lot of things happened. Some of you listen to me that know me will know exactly what my story was at that time, and they didn't see it. People are shocked that today I'm in this season. A friend of mine was my senior in secondary school, saw my brother with a book at the airport. He was reading a book, and he said, "What book is that?" And my brother said, "Oh, it's my book, the book, my book." And he said, "Who is the author?" He said, "It's my brother Uche." And he was like, "Wow, God must be good, because we didn't see that in him." Yes, at the time he knew me, he couldn't have seen me to be an author. He couldn't have seen me to be an author. He couldn't have seen me be a speaker. Speaking to people. He couldn't have seen that, and I don't blame him for that. For that. But today, I am not that which he thought I was, and he said God must be in his life. So it was both an eye-opener also, and a testimony for me, that I will get to a point that people will say, "Oh, it has to be God in his life." It was that season. Don't look down on anybody. Don't look down on anybody. Don't think that when you see somebody struggling, it means that that's how it's always going to be. I got the shocker of my life today. One guy that I used to know. He comes around in the foundation, he comes and goes, and I didn't really see much. But because me too have been through, I didn't make him feel bad. I let him stay in the network and do what he wanted, and he left. Today, like we say here in my country, is a big boy, and very big boy at that. But I didn't see it. I didn't see it. This was somebody that will tell you, if he tells you good morning, please, you have to check. You have to draw your window blinds to actually see if it is morning. He was that kind of person. But today he doesn't need to tell you I'm rich, because money doesn't hide. And so that is the way life is. So if you judge him by how he used to be, that means you missed the point, and you missed him, but we need to be able to embrace the seasons that we're in. If you don't embrace and understand, I have spoken a lot on seasons, and people did not even know that there were seasons in their life. Knowledge is power. There's something about knowledge. There's something about information knowledge. It's just like you have $1 million in your account, and you have no idea that you have 1 million in your account. At the day the bank calls you and, where have you been? We've been looking for you. There is a $1 million here for you. Do you know that your life will change? Everything about you will change. You have a pep to your step. You'll be smiling. All of a sudden, you begin to look beautiful, handsome, and pretty, all at the same time. Because you just gotten the news that has changed your life. And that's the way seasons are. But if you don't know that they are seasons, even when they call you, you will say, no, it's a lie. This is scam. These are scammers, or 419ers, as we call them here. They are at it again. You wouldn't even believe, because you don't see your way out of it. So I just want to tell someone here this evening that there's a way out of it. There's a way out of it. Keep developing yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. God has the seasons in his palm, and he's the one that determines the end of a season and the start of another season. And as you're hearing me now, just get ready. A new season is starting in your life. Okay. Has it just occurred to you when someone tells you that you have changed? If people are telling you that you have changed, you are mature, it means that things have gone through your life. The deposit from the season that you have come in, I will show in your life. I used to know a guy that he's the number one impatient person. We used to always say, why are you always impatient? You are impatient going nowhere. You are driving, you are speeding, you are impatient, abusing people, trying to get somewhere. But you're just driving to go somewhere and go and sit down and hang out with friends. It's just so impatient. Then only for me to see him 20 years afterwards, and I was like, oh, what has happened to you? I didn't expect that you are this person that is calm now. You are just calm, and he's calm, he's not in a hurry. And it's not because that things have changed. It's not because you can say that he's successful now, because when I brought it up, he said he has nothing to do with his success. Actually, it has to do with when he was in the grinding process. When he was in the waiting, the warfare, and the grinding process. God actually takes you through the crucibles. That is the ugly season, so that he can prune all those things out of you. And now, because of the pain that he has gone through in the past, he's now refined. He's like a refined human being, like a refined object, that when you go through the fire and you bring it out, he's refined. He's not in a hurry anymore, because now he is calm by the things that he suffered. Even the Bible says that our Lord Jesus Christ learned obedience by the things that he suffered, by the things that he went through. So going through sometimes is pruning. It is painful. For the lady that said to me that seasons are painful, it's a going through, going through. And when you're going through, it looks as if you're never going to come out of it, but you will come out of it. So this guy is calm, is not in a hurry, he's just taking life in his strides, and he's just trying to do the best that he can. That is the deposit of winter. That is the deposit of struggle that in his life. And let me tell you, when you pass through these seasons, good deposit, positive deposits, you leave each season with positive deposits. You enter into these seasons with negative deposits, negative baggages, but you leave with positive deposits. And that positive deposit is what people are saying, wow, you've changed. Wow, you're not like who you used to be. That is a positive deposit in your life. So to everyone, there's a season. If something is not going well, for me as a person, I'm not a hands-on person. When something is not going well, I just want to fix it. I just want to fix it. But there are some things you can't fix. There's no quick fix in certain things. There's no quick fix. It's not everything that has a quick fix. It's not possible. No matter how successful and happy life is, there are low moments, and you can't raise a valley into a mountain. You can't. It's only God that has the ability to do that. No matter how dark it is, it will get bright. In fact, people say the darkest point of the night is just before dawn. Peaks and valleys, all part of the package. You're part of the package. Your life going up and down is all part of the package. And they are passing moments, and you need to understand that these passing moments, they come, and these passing moments, they go, and there's nothing that you can do about it. I think it's Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 that says, to everything there's a time and a season, and there's a purpose for everything in life. So we need to realize that you need to realize that what you're going through is not there to kill you, to break you, but it is to make you stronger, a stronger person. So I want to use some quotes from some anonymous guys and some from one or two people to be able to buttress my point further in this presentation. You see, as you delve into seasons, I have come across certain quotes that I want to use. The first one is, nothing in nature blooms all year. Be patient with yourself. This quote is from an unknown person. He says, nothing in nature blooms all year. Be patient with yourself. And in my audio and my video that I really want you to get, because all these things I dealt with it in details, is the audio is out, and it's called Navigating the Seasons of Life. I think you need to get that, because everything is broken down. You understand why you're going through what you're going through, and you understand how to get out of it. And here they also taught about what you will do during abundance. What you do during abundance determines the time for famine, depression, and how to cope with it. So it's you need to get it so that you can understand some of these things I'm saying here today. Nothing blooms all year round. So it means that the way God has designed the universe is that it's a hurdle. I tell people it's a hurdle. And sometimes in the hurdle, you try to scale it, you try to scale, you fall. But the thing is that you get up and continue doing exactly what you want to do. When things are okay, prepare. That is the time that you prepare for the time when things are not okay. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself, and know that you cannot be a high flyer, a high performer all year round. Speakers, pastors, speakers will tell you, you can't, it's not every time you go to speak that you will speak at your best. It's not every time. There are days, sorry about that. There are days that you go to speak and you come out and say, wow, it's not a good day at the office. Which means it's not, you put in your best, but your best didn't come out and you are not happy with what you put. Realize that it's not going to be like that all year round. So don't beat yourself up. Be patient with yourself. Just realize that you are in a season. There's a season where anything you put your hands on, is like King Midas. Anything you put your hands on, it will work. But there are times that if you like, go and bring all your village people to help you, you still wouldn't make it. So be patient with yourself and just realize that there are seasons like that, and those seasons, they come and go. Another quote is from Anonymous. It says, change with the seasons of life. Don't stretch your season. Don't try to stretch a season into a lifetime. Make room for change. The human being, even this human body, we don't like to change. Human beings hate to change. You have a new president, this one won't do well. And the president goes, another comes, so I wish that other one that we should have kept that other one. This one is not working. So it's always like that. We resist change, not even knowing that change is good for us. And as like they say, change is a constant. It's the most constant thing in life. You can't just you can't avoid it. So you just have to embrace change and know that you are in a tough season. Find ways to cope in that tough season. Ask around. That's where mentoring is very, very important. I will use this to urge you that, because all I do here is mentoring and coaching. This is about all I do here. So get people. You have friends that are going through stuff. They need to hear some of these things that I say. They need to be guided. And I'm here as a guide, as a coach, as a mentor, and as a counselor to be able to help you go through what you're going through. So I will urge you at this time, help us invite people to come and listen to what we're doing. Share this link with them. Our materials that are out there, the ones that you've bought, share the link for them. Let them buy. Just one word. I have an event that is called What's on Your Mind on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday by 4 p.m. West African time, I have a mentoring session where people ask questions and I come and answer. Before I go any further, I want to specially invite you on Wednesday 4 p.m. West African time to come and attend this session that I'm going to have. This session is going to be awesome. People have their awesome questions there. So people ask questions and I come and I answer them. Someone on the verge of suicide changed their mind because she heard me talk about depression. Businesses have turned around because of 1 or 2 tips. I don't even talk for long. It's just for 1 hour and I'm answering many questions. But those tips and nuggets have helped people go through things. Marriages, young couples, those intending to marry, couples are married for long. Just one word or the other has helped. In leadership also, one advice or the other has helped them to be able to go through what they are going through. So I want to specially invite you to embrace change. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed when things happen, because out of embarrassment, people don't talk about the seasons they are in their life. They just feel, when they say that they are in a season, people might think that they don't have enough faith. They might think they are not praying enough. They might think that they are sinners. So these are some of the things that make people, they are embarrassed, and so they don't come up to tell you the kind of season they are going through. So, but change is constant. Embrace it. If you don't talk about it, If you don't cope with it well, you will continue to be in that season. Just seasons are like examination, or they're like schooling. After a while, the teacher will give you a test or an exam. If you don't pass, you remain in that class. And the same thing happens. There are some things that are repeating. They are repeating in your life. They become like recurring decimals in your life. So for you to be able to change that stuff, it means that you need to understand how to cope with that season. If you don't know how to cope with that season, you can be in that season for the rest of your life, because you don't have information. Information and knowledge rule the world. And when you know things, you can easily come out of seasons. Let me tell you, you can never rise above what you know. Did somebody get me? You can never rise above the knowledge you have. You can never rise above the wisdom that you have. You can never. So it is where you are is as a result of the knowledge and the wisdom that you have. So if you don't have when you don't have that wisdom and that knowledge, you will be stagnant. So change. Don't stretch that season into a lifetime. Find out information about that season, and with the mindset that you need to change. Okay, there's a guy that says that his name is Paramahansa Yogananda. He says the season of failure is the best time for sowing the seed of success. The season of failure is the best time to sow the seed of success. So now something bad happens to you. You fail at something. That is the best time for you to be able to begin to prepare for success. I always tell people, failure is the ladder or the pointer that points you in the direction of success. Failure is the ladder that leads you to success. If you have not failed before, you won't understand, you won't recognize success. For some of us, we are chasing success but we don't even know what that success looks like. It's when you fail, you now really know what you want. Sometimes it's just like going to a market to buy a product. You're not too sure of the product, but you just go there, you just buy because they say it can do what you want it to do. Then you go and use it, and you realize that this thing doesn't work for you. You have learned something. You have learned exactly what you need. So when you go back now, the next sales will be successful. Why? Because you already know what you don't want, and now you know what you want. So at the point of failure is when you begin to prepare for success. Failure is when you critically analyze your situation, your condition, where you currently are, and say, how do I move out of this place and move to a better place? This is what failure does for you. So failure is good. So if you don't want to fail, then you have to do your homework well. Because if you don't do your homework well, you're going to fail, and you're going to remain in that season. And after a while, you begin to think that you are jinxed, or somebody's doing you somewhere. But nobody's doing you. It's because you have not learned the lesson. Okay, what if it's a human being that is responsible for your downfall? There are cases like that. But you also need to learn how to cope with people, how to position yourself when there are people that seek your downfall. All of them is a lesson. All of them is a lesson, and you need to prepare for that. So don't go and cry. Yes, when you fail, you can cry, but don't cry for long. Wipe your tears and say that, not again, affliction shall not return a second time, and see a way that you can move out of it. Okay, there's also a quote by Selena. Selena says, people are put into your lives for seasons, for different reasons, and to teach you lessons. I repeat it again. Selena says, people are put into your life for seasons, for different reasons, and to teach you lessons. This is deep. This is deep, because sometimes we cry over people. When people come and people go, sometimes we tend to cry. Being an employer of labor, Sometimes I've had situations when I needed to. It was painful to have someone go, especially people that you have invested in. There's some people that come into your life and you don't treat them as staff, as employees. You treat them as like they are your children, or they are their family. There's nothing wrong with that. But when such people move, even though you feel the pain, but you also need to realize they were there for a season. Take what they brought and move on. And with that lesson, I've learned that lesson. And so anytime someone leaves, I always get someone better. In fact, before people leave, I always get somebody in the offing that is better. So it is God doesn't leave you high and dry. He always provides. After all, he says he will. He says he will supply all your needs according to your riches in glory by Christ Jesus. He will always supply. There are things, God put people in your season. A guy was telling me, oh, I don't want to leave my church. This, but he feels that he shouldn't be here anymore. You see, the thing about church is a place of growth, both physical and spiritual. It's a place of growth. And the essence of growing, to submit yourself under a church, under a man of God, is for growth spiritually. And you might be in a ministry, and that is how you started off in the ministry. But as you're growing, you realize that I am called to another ministry, another season in my life. And I'm in a season in my life that I think that this is where I ought to be. Some people have had that challenge. This is their family church and they don't want to leave because they don't want to offend people, But I say to them, is it about offending people, or is it about your life and season? It's about season. It's about season. You change. You have to prepare for that change. Church, people, even relationships, friends. They say 20 boys can't play together for 20 years. There are some people you saw in secondary school, you never see them again. There are some people you saw last in secondary school, maybe you see them in the next 20 years. Some people is 70 years, when you are 70 years, you see them. So they were your like we used to say in secondary school, they were your bosom. All of us in secondary school, we thought that, oh, we will die together, we'll do everything together. I haven't seen all my bosom friends since we left secondary school. So what do you think? There things come in season, and please accept it, that life is in phases and in seasons, and people that come, and institutions and whatever you're in, even a job might be for a season, because as you start growing older, you start having a change of heart. For me, I just wanted to be a hardcore oil and gas person, but today I do more of coaching than I even do in the oil and gas. So that is just a new season. Also, there are different reasons God allows people to come into your life. There are different reasons. And once that thing is done, once the time has expired, please learn get the reason and learn from it. Also, there are people that come into your life for lessons to help you to grow in life. Okay, that's what Selena said. Okay, another point, another quote is all human lives. This is from Truman Capote. It says all human life has its seasons and circles, and no one's personal chaos can be permanent. No one's personal chaos can be permanent. Winter, after all, gives way to spring, and spring to summer. Though sometimes when branches stay dark and the earth cracks with ice, one thinks they will never come, that spring and that summer, but they do and always will, always and all and always. So it looks as if you are in winter, nothing is happening, But brace yourself. Summer is coming. Summer is coming. The time for abundance is coming. So we need to accept, embrace, and please enjoy each season, because each season has its own lessons. Okay, everything in nature, including man, experiences seasons. You can't escape it. This is what God has done. This is how God has created us. We can't escape seasons. You know, if it happens to everybody, plants, animals, everybody, accepting this concept, puts tribulation in perspective. I know some people don't want to hear that word tribulation, but actually puts tribulation in perspective, to know that this tribulation has not come to kill me, but it has actually come to strengthen me. It has actually come to mold me for what I want to become. And also seasons highlights the good moments and clarifies the big picture. What you thought is the big picture 10 years ago is not. You know, what makes you tick now is different from what was happening to you 15 years ago. So seasons help prune out, take out all the negative baggages in you, and leave only those things that will help you become who God has called you to be. Nothing is permanent. It's not a cliche, it's the truth. Nothing is permanent. And knowing that sweet moments are precious and that bad ones will pass leads to a healthy outlook and an enriching experience. So I'll say to you, enjoy, learn, and grow while accepting the season. There's a lesson. Don't forget the lessons in all the seasons. Don't forget the lessons. Don't forget the reason why you are where you are. And I tell you, all the things that happen to you, in fact, you at the end of the day, you are an accumulation of all the seasons that you've gone through. All the positive things you get from those seasons is what is making you who you are today. So don't let any negative baggage remain. Let them go. People that hurt you in the past, let them go. It was for that season when they had the chance to hurt you. It's that season. But now you're in a different season. They can't hurt you in that season because they are not permitted to follow you from that season. You know, people have hurt you in winter, yes, but they can't hurt you again in summer, because the script writer did not put them in that scene, you know, in that season. So enjoy every season. Understand. I like that word. It helps put tribulation in perspective. Understand it, and you will do very well. So embrace your season. This is what I've come to tell you this evening. But before I go, I have to reiterate and tell you guys the importance of understanding seasons. I've just talked for barely maybe 40-45 minutes, but I have a 1 hour 15 minutes where I broke down every aspect of seasons. It is in details. I spoke in details. Please, it's out there. It's for a giveaway prize. The audio is there. The video is out there. Both the audio and video, they are out there. Whichever one you want. If you want the video, you get the link for the video. If you want the audio, you get the link for the audio. So when you're driving, you're playing it. When you're relaxed, you can also watch the video. Because the video, my gesticulations and the way I talk and all this can also help you get a better feel of what I'm saying. So both of them are out there. I want you to enjoy it, to understand why you're where you are and how you can come out of it. It's an interesting, extremely interesting video and audio I recommend for you. Okay, with that out of the way, I want to specially invite you on Wednesday, 4 p.m. West African time. I'm coaching and counseling a lot of people. All you just need to do is send in your questions. Just send in your questions. That's all you need to do. To any of my my handles, my social media handles, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just put it there. I will pick it out and I will come and I will answer you for 1 hour. I will coach or counsel or mentor, whichever one I need to do. I will do it for you. And please, just one more time, share this link with somebody else, not just to buy but also to attend our weekly programs. I'm here Mondays 5 p.m. like today. Also, I'm here Wednesdays by 4 p.m. I have also other programs. I have 20 years of materials that I've been doing, and we're releasing it out there. Go to uchonoche.com. You will see some materials to buy, or you can go to Uchonoche station on YouTube. Uchonoche channel on YouTube. You can also see some of my work there. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you. If you want me to coach you personally on one-on-one, please put it out in our DM. I can reach you and we can make it happen. I've coached highly successful and wealthy people all around the world by giving them tips and helping them start on the way and giving them the right things they need to hear and pointing them in the right direction. So I can also do the same for you. If you want that, you can reach me out. On a personal note, I can tell you how that can work. So until I see you guys on Wednesday, please help us share this to as many people as you can share it to. Until then, see you Wednesday, 4 p.m. West African time. God bless you guys. Have a good night rest.